did during Christmas time there. So we will continue with the rest. But she basically told us that she was drinking a little bit and with her in-laws and her boyfriend, and they were eating and talking to each other. So that is basically what she told us previously. We will continue with those sentences now. The way it works for anyone that is new is that we start by listening to those sentences once. After that, we repeat together to practice pronunciation as well as reading. And we finish off by translating everything to make sure that we understand everything in the Korean sentence as well as Korean sentence structure. So we will be starting now. If you have any questions at any time, please feel free to comment down below. Thank you so much for the like. Thank you. So we will be starting now.
선물을 줬어요. 저는 옷하고 영화를 볼 수 있는 카드를 받았어요.
Okay, so let's repeat those two sentences together. I will repeat one time fast and then a second time slower. So if you want to repeat with me when I pronounce it slower, please feel free to do so. Okay. 그리고 서로 선물을 줬어요. 저는 옷하고 영화를 볼 수 있는 카드를 받았어요. So let me repeat a little bit slower for you guys. 그리고 서로 선물을 줬어요. 저는 옷하고 영화를 볼 수 있는 카드를 받았어요. So these will be how we would pronounce actually those two sentences. Thank you so much for the like. Thank you. Also, if you guys are new, don't forget to follow me just right here as I go live 4 times a week where I study Korean together just like today. So we will be translating everything together now. So we have just right here a connective word, which is 그리고. Do you guys remember what 그리고 would mean? If so, comment down below the answer. What does 그리고 would mean? Thank you so much for the like. Thank you. So I think this is one word that we see in all Korean podcasts. So if you are familiar with my Korean study live streams, you definitely know what is 그리고. So comment down below the answer. For anyone that is not familiar with 그리고, this is actually a connective word. What does connective words do? They connect either two ideas together or two sentences together. So in this case, since it is found at the beginning of the sentence, this means that this is linked to the previous sentence before. So what could that mean? Comment down below. I will give you a couple more seconds to comment down below the answer. I saw some great answers previously. I'm just trying to see if anyone else wants to try and guess the meaning of 그리고. If not, I will let you guys know in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so you guys are actually correct. 그리고 would mean and. However, like I mentioned, it is connected to the sentence before that. So and, 서로, which means each other. Okay, each other. 선물을. So we have seen that word before in that Korean podcast. I think a lot of people didn't know about this one. So do you guys remember what 선물 would mean? Comment down below if you know or remember or want to try and guess what 선물 would mean. What could that mean? Comment down below the answer. What does this word mean? 선물. So we have seen it a lot in a lot of time last week. So if you were there, you probably remember maybe what this means. So comment down below. Thank you so much for the like. Thank you. I will give you guys a couple more seconds to comment down below what 선물 would mean. So I will let you guys know in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You guys are actually correct. I also saw some answers in Spanish. Amazing. So yes, 선물 would mean either a gift or a present, however you prefer to say. 선물, gift, or present. And we have 줬어요, which is from the verb 줬다, to give, double shot under here, so it comes in the past tense. So here it would mean gave, okay? So now that we know the words, the meaning behind each word, let's translate everything so that it makes sense together. And we gave gifts to each other. So that would be how this first sentence would actually be translated. And each other gift gave. So that would be the structure of this sentence. So let's continue with this one just right here. But if you have any questions about this one, please feel free to comment down below. I know you guys really like when I repeat it one more time, so I will repeat it. 그리고 서로 선물을 줬어요. So that would be how we would pronounce this sentence. Hello, thank you so much for being here today. How are you doing? Hopefully you're having a lovely morning. So let me repeat that sentence for you guys. 저는 옷하고 영화를 볼 수 있는 것들을 받았어요. So let's translate everything together. We have 저는, which is a formal way of saying I, right? I, myself. This is the way that when you want to talk about yourself as a subject, as the topic of the sentence, sorry, you need to use 저는. However, like I mentioned previously, good. Yeah, I'm happy to hear that. As I said previously, if you are using 저는, you always need to end your sentence in some types of formality. So either 요입니다, 합니다, 씁니다. So you cannot use 저는 with speaking casually, okay? It just doesn't work. The same thing with 나는. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. So we have 옷. Do you guys remember what 옷 would mean? Comment down below if you remember what 옷 would mean. What could that mean? This is a word that you guys might be familiar with. So comment down below the answer if you remember what 옷 would mean. What could that mean? Comment down below the answer. I will drink a little bit of water, and after that I will let you guys know if no one is able to guess. But comment down below if you know what 옷 would mean. Do you guys know what that means? Oh, I see one answer. Amazing. Also, if you guys are new, don't forget to follow me just right here as I go live 4 times a week. We're studying Korean together just like today. So you guys are actually correct. So 옷 means clothes. Here it can be confusing, right? Because we have the 하고 particle that is attached to it, but this means clothes. We have the 하고. As you guys know, 하고 is a particle, not a part, yeah. Can we call that a particle? I don't know. But this means and. And something that you need to remember is that 하고, first of all, is only used with nouns. So you cannot use it with any other type of words besides nouns. So this is why it is in between 2 nouns. But also it is always attached to the first noun, or if there are more, right, you attach it to all the nouns that it applies to besides the last one. So that is why here this one doesn't have 하고, obviously. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. And the like. You guys are the best. So yes, 하고 only with nouns, and it is always attached to another word. So here it would mean clothes, and we have 영화. So you guys probably know that 영화 is movie. Why is the shield read as a T? So this is a 받침, okay? Something that you need to remember, especially when there are shield under here. The same with here, okay? Right here is not like 있는. We don't pronounce it as 있는, but more like 있는. Okay, so whenever there is a shield under here and there is a consonant that follows after that, most of the time it will be pronounced as a T. However, if there is nothing after that, it is most of the time also pronounced as a T. The only time that it will sound like its original form will be if there is a vowel after that. So if it was, for example, ot and un, after that, it would be pronounced as 옷은. But here, since there is a consonant after that, it is 옷하고. Some consonants on third place 받침s are pronounced like T or K. Yeah, exactly. And some 받침 are also not being pronounced too as well. Thank you so much for the follow. So hopefully that answers to your question. This is just a few of them, so it's not so complicated. Yeah, exactly. Oh, thank you for explaining. You're welcome. So yes, we have here 영화, which is movie. And then after that, we have this technically, originally, this could be a verb, but in this context, it is more put into something else. Okay, so do you guys know what 볼 수 있는 would mean? Comment down below if you guys know what 볼 수 있는 would mean. This is a complexion of the verb 보다, to see, and the grammar pattern 을 수 있다. comment down below. Can you repeat the movie pronunciation, please? I struggle with this word. Yes, Hyunghwa. Hyunghwa. That is how you would pronounce it. Hyunghwa. Okay? Seeing? Yes, but technically, right, we have the verb 보다, which is to see, to watch. ing, yeah, I guess that could be correct. But most of the time, when there is the grammar pattern 을 수 있어요, for example, 현화, 현화, yes, 현화, 현화. 볼 수 있는 is the grammar pattern when you can do something or know how to do something. So here it's like you can watch movies that you can watch, kind of. Watching, yeah, that could be great, but normally the grammar pattern, right, is you can do something or you know how to do something. So here in this case, it's more like movies that you can watch, I guess. That would be a better way of translating this part. So movies that you can watch. That would be how we would translate it. But I think in English it sounds a little bit weird in this sentence context. So we will see with like the rest of the sentence. Okay, we might switch, but normally that would be more like movies that you can watch. We have 카트. Do you guys know what 카트 would mean? This is actually a Konglish word that is used very, very often. So if you go to Korea, especially during payment, you will hear this word a lot of times. So comment down below what does 카트 would mean. Comment down below if you know the answer. If you don't know, you can still try and guess the meaning of that word. So what could that mean? I will give you guys a couple more seconds. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. I will let you guys know in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So yes, you guys are actually correct. This is a card, okay? And then we have here the verb 받았어요, from the verb 받다, to receive or to get, okay? Here it is in the double 시옷, sorry, so it means it is in the past tense. So it can be like got or received. However, there's something that I'm not sure. Thank you so much for the follow. Because here technically the card would be with the movie, but I think what she wants to say is like a movie theater card. Because yes, okay, so let's translate everything. So I received clothes and a card of movies that you can watch, so that you can watch movies. So I guess it is like a movie theater card. I am not sure. If you guys know, please let me know. But I feel like she wanted to say, right, a movie theater card, but she said like a card where you can watch movies. I don't know. I'm not sure. But comment down below if you guys know, because I don't think we will have the English caption, right? Let me see. Yeah, there is no caption to let us know. For movies you can watch with that card only. Okay, interesting. Movie poster. Poster, what do you mean? Like to hang in your room? For movies you can watch with that card only. So, with that card. Interesting. So is it like more a subscription card to watch online, or like to go to the movie theater? Interesting. I have never heard of that before. A card that you can watch movies only, like VIP card for specific movies, I guess. Interesting. I never heard of that before. 잠시만요. There is some comments that are flagged. Let me just go accept it, because I think one is we sell gift cards for movie which you can give others and they can watch any movie they want. Really? Interesting. So like, is the card you go on a website, you enter the code or whatever, and then you can watch the movie? Is that how it works? I never heard of that before. I'm just guessing. I don't know. Oh, okay. I never heard of that before. That is very interesting. Really interesting. No, it's physical. The movie is physical, so you go in like a movie theater? Is that, oh, so is it like a prepaid tickets to go watch a movie to a movie theater? Is that what it is? This is very confusing, because I don't think this is something we do in Canada, so that is why I am not sure to understand this sentence. But this is basically a card where you can watch movies. But I was kind of right. Yeah, exactly. I still don't know what this is exactly, but this is a card that you can watch some type of movies. I don't know how. This is still confusing for me. But yes, and to receive clothes as well. So I clothes and movies you can watch, card received or got. So that would be how this sentence would be translated. Let's jump to the next sentence. But if you have any questions about this one or anyone exactly knows how this thing works, please let me know in the comments down below. But for now, we will be continuing to the next sentence and maybe she will let us know as well what this is exactly.
가디건을 받았는데 정말 예뻤어요. 저는 프랑스에서 영화관에 안 가봤어요.
Okay, someone else commented again, so let me read that. I gifted my coworker a movie card with $30 in it, and she can use it to watch any movie. Oh, okay, so is it basically like a movie theater gift card? We buy cards from shops with specific price example and we give them so others can use themselves. Okay, so this is basically, long story short. Okay, this is basically like a movie theater gift card. That is way easier to say it that way. Okay, so let's repeat those two sentences together. I will be repeating a little bit faster and after that slower. So if you want to practice with me, you can do so. 카티콘을 봤는데 정말 예뻤어요. 저는 프랑스에서 영화관에 안 가봤어요. So let me repeat a little bit slower for you guys. 카티콘을 봤는데 정말 예뻤어요. 저는 프랑스에서 영화관에 안 가봤어요. I think I went a little bit too fast. Let me know if this was too fast. I forgot I had to repeat it slower. Anyways, let's continue with translating each word. If you want me to repeat slower, please let me know. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. So here we have 카티콘. Comment down below if you guys know what this word means. This is actually another Konglish word, and as you guys know, Konglish words are my nightmares, but this one is, I think, somewhat understandable. Thank you so much for the follow as well. Thank you. So what does 카티콘 would mean? What Konglish word could that be? I'm gonna give you a small hint for anyone that doesn't know. She said previously that she received clothes and a card to watch a movie. So what does 카티콘 could be in that case? Comment down below. What could that mean? 카티콘. Comment down below. Try to candy corn. That is that is a great answer, but sadly that is not correct. But that was a great answer though, right? That could be really gift. I don't know. So gift would be 선물. Here, this would be a cardigan, okay? This is, I know, very confusing. I hate Konglish word, but 카티콘 is cardigan, okay? I hate Konglish, I know. But yes, this is actually the Konglish word for cardigan. So if you didn't know that, you can write it down so that next time you do not get confused. I know the first time I actually saw that word, I was so damn confused. I think I repeated 5-10 times before I finally understood what it meant. And then here, once again, we have 받았는데. So this is from the verb 받다, to receive or to get. You can also, it can be used sometimes. No, yeah, to receive or to get. Sorry about that. I got confused with another verb. To receive or to get. But we have here the grammar pattern 는데. So do you guys know what 는데 would mean? Comment down below. What could that mean? What does the 는데 could actually mean? Does any of you guys know what that could mean as a grammar pattern? This grammar pattern is only used in the middle of the sentence, and it is always glued to another word, right? You will never see it by himself. So this is a very particular grammar pattern. So let's think it as this is the first part of the sentence, and here this is the second part of the sentence. So as you guys know, in Korean sentence, the cause or the reason to something, okay, is first and then the results after. So comment down below if you guys know what nde would mean. I will drink a little bit of water and after that I will let you guys know the answer. Okay, thank you so much for the follow. I see a lot of great answers. So normally, nde is used in context where you want to say, wait, it means, I think, but. I always get confused if it means but or because. Let me just double check. You guys got me. I think it means but as I was seeing you guys answer, I got, you kind of how can I say that? You kind of made me doubt. When between two, even though. Yeah, it means but, even though. Yeah. Let me just double check. 잠시만요. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it can mean either but or even though. So that would be actually correct. You got me confused. I was like, wait, does this mean because? But yes, no, it's more like even though. Technically, that would be the closest one. We can still say but, however, the closest one would be like even though. Okay. So here, even though she received a cardigan, it was because it is in the past tense. 정말, do you guys remember what 정말 would mean? Comment down below if you remember what 정말 would mean. What could that mean? 정말, we have seen it a lot of times before, so comment down below if you remember. I will give you guys a small hint. This is an emphasis word. I see a lot of great answers. Yes, you guys are actually correct. 정말 is a word that you want to use when you want to emphasize something. So really, very are the words that you can translate to in English. So whenever you want to emphasize something, you can use that word. And then we have 예뻤어요 from the verb 예쁘다, to be pretty, double shut under here. So it is in the past tense, was pretty. Okay, so even though she received a cardigan, okay, it was really pretty. So that would be how we would translate this sentence. Okay. So I don't know why she's saying like even though she received a cardigan. Does she assume that normally she doesn't like cardigan? I don't know. She doesn't specify it. But yes, normally the nande is kind of like I have a clause, but it's not a clause. Not a cause? Do we call that a cause? I'm not sure, but even though, even though or but, okay? So even though she received a cardigan, but she received a cardigan, and it was really pretty. Basically, that would be how we would translate this sentence. If you have a better way, got, but. Yeah, so here it would be like got or received, and here we could either mean but or even though. After cardigan. Yeah, so this is actually a grammar pattern. Okay, so a grammar pattern, and normally it is used here. It says in between two clauses that are very, very similar, but here it doesn't make sense like as a clause that is similar. I know there is something else. Even though, yeah, even though, but. Oh, what happened? I don't know what happened. 잠시만요. But yes, let me just double check. But yes, it just says even though or but. but it doesn't say. Oh, okay. 아, 죄송해요. I don't know why it suddenly closed. Let me just go back to where we were at. Here. Okay, perfect. I have all the grammar patterns over 100 pages and I can't learn them all. I understand. Me too. To be honest, I like grammar pattern very complicated. Like these grammar pattern, it's not that I don't know them, it's that I get them all mixed up. That is my issue sometimes, is that I see, oh, this is not the correct sentence. This is this one. Okay. Yeah, the thing is that sometimes with Korean grammar, there are so many grammar patterns that have a very similar meaning. Found it, wait. Let us know. But normally, ninde would be like a clause that means even though, but it might have another meaning in that case, because that would be weird if we say like even though even though she received a cardigan, it was pretty. But maybe so and okay. So there is another meaning. So okay. So I think this is probably what you just found, Kate. ah okay, interesting. So yes, technically there are two meanings. I didn't know about the second one. Okay, so just right here, the first one is but or however, so express a contrary or opposite information. But apparently it can also mean so and, providing a reason or background info. Introducing or explaining a background situation in order to proceed. Yeah, exactly. So here it would mean she received a cardigan and it was really pretty, or so it was really pretty. Thank you so much for making me double check, because I was like, that is a weird sentence, as if she was saying like normally she doesn't like cardigan, but this one was really pretty. That is how I view it, but it is different. That is the thing with Korean, is that sometimes a grammar pattern can have like 10,000 different meaning, and you need to guess which meaning it is. And sometimes, as you guys know, Korean people, they really like to omit words. So sometimes you need to guess, what that could mean, as in like, maybe she would want to say, right, she doesn't generally like cardigans, but this one was really pretty. Okay, so that could have worked too, because Korean people, that would be the type of things they would say. They wouldn't specify, but someone would need to know that they don't especially like cardigans. So thank you so much, Kay, for checking that out. I will be writing that down. I will keep that open on my computer so that I can write it down next time I see it. So it's not just in a position as meaning but it can also mean so and. Okay, so now it makes so much more sense. Thank you. So she received, okay, a cardigan, so or and it was really pretty. So that would be how this sentence would actually mean. This is way better than previously, right? Let's jump to the next sentence just right here. Oh, let me just repeat one more time. 카티건을 받았는데 정말 예뻤어요. So let's translate this one right here. We have 저는, which is me, I, okay, formal version. What I said earlier, if you are using 저는, you need to end your sentences in formalities, okay, something you need to remember. And then we have 프랑스에서. Do you guys remember what the 에서 particle mean? Comment down below if you remember what the 에서 particle would mean. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Also, if you guys are new, don't forget to follow me just right here as I go live 4 times a week. We're studying Korean together just like today. So do you guys remember what the 에서 particle mean? What is the difference between the 에서 particle and the 에 particle, right? Oh, we have both of them in the sentence. So here the 에서 particle is different than the 에 particle. So comment down below if you know what that mean. Okay, comment down below. I will give you guys a little bit of time to think about, when you need to use this particle just right here. So yay, you guys are learning well. I see some comments of the way I explained it, so that is amazing. Let me just drink once again a little bit of water. It's so cold right here, so I feel like my throat is always so dry. So I will be drinking a little bit of water, and after that I will give you guys the answer. So you guys are actually correct. The SO particle, it is a location or time particle. However, the difference between the SO particle and E particle is there is some type of action that is happening either at the location or inside the location, or someone is coming from that location, not going to, but coming from. Very, very important. So here it would mean in France, okay, because France is France. So in France, however, you need to remember that there is some type of action that is happening inside the location, which would be this one, okay? This one would be the action. However, technically it is a negation. We will get into it very, very soon. But, right, this is an action that is happening in France. That is the difference between the SO particle and E particle. Then we have hyunha kwanne. Hyunha, we know that it is movie. When you add the kwan particle, it makes it as a cinema or the movie theater. So you just need to add kwan to hyunha, movie, to make it movie theater or cinema. We have the E particle. So now let me get into, this is a particle that is a location or time particle, just like the SL particle. But this just means that this is simply a location that exists. There is nothing much happening at the location, okay? It just exists in the sentence for more context, but there is no action. Compared to this one, there is an action. This one, it is just a location that simply exists in the sentence. We have an, which is a negation. No, not. Ka is from the verb kata, to go, and 봤어요 is from the verb 보다, to see. Thank you so much for the fast pop cookie. Thank you. 고마워요. And thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. You guys are the best. Oh, yes. Okay, so 컵 왔어요 would mean more like going to see, I guess. Here we have double shut under here, so it is in the past tense. So now let's get into the translation of the sentence. So I in France didn't go to see she didn't go to the movie theater. Basically, did not go to. Yeah, I'm like, my English cannot English right now. Right? She didn't go to the movie theater, basically, okay? So she didn't go to the movie theater in France yet. So that would basically be the meaning of the sentence if we translate it in a better way in English, right? So I in France movie theater not go saw. It is not past, so didn't not go to see. Oh my god, I cannot understand even that. My English today is not Englishing. That means she didn't go to the cinema in France like ever. Yes, I guess so. She didn't say if she ever went. It is not clear if it was this time or yes. I can't even wait. Yes. So I don't know if it means like, she haven't ever gone. I think in this context it would mean like that because, she wouldn't tell us if she went in the past. It's not past tense. Yes, so technically it is in the past tense. So meaning like she has not seen a movie at the movie theater in France. So I guess it is more like she has never did that ever. Because it's not clear if it's just like this time or before, but I think it's more like before in general. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, exactly. So she might let us know before after that, right? Often I'm like, okay, I'm trying to be a detective, like, okay, what could this sentence mean? And then she explains it the next sentence. Did not went to see. Yes, I guess that could be an English way of saying that. These are like, this is a lot of past tense in one, like in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. My brain cannot process that right now. But you guys understand what that means, right? Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Thank you for being patient with me today. And as usual, you guys are always so patient with me. So yes, basically it's saying that she didn't go see any movies at the movie theaters in French. My brain's still loading. Me too. It's still the morning for me. So I'm like, my brain, I have been awake for a long time, but in the morning, my brain is not at the best form. So that is why. Let's continue with the next sentences. However, if you have any questions about those two, please feel free to comment down below and I will answer as soon as I can. But for now, let's continue with the next sentence, okay?
프랑스에서 영화관에 안 가봤어요. 그런데 카드가 있어서 이제 영화관에 가볼 거예요. 그리고 정말 맛있는 초콜릿도 받았어요.
Okay, so now this sentence explains us further that she meant she has never been to any movie theaters in France yet. Okay, oh my god, okay, let me just. Okay, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, thank you. So let's repeat those two sentences together. I will repeat faster one time and slower. So if you want to practice with me when I repeat it slower, please do so. 그런데 카드가 있어서 이제 영화관에 가볼 거야. 그리고 정말 맛있는 초콜릿도 받았어요. So let's repeat a little bit slower together. 그런데 카드가 있어서 이제 영화관에 가볼 거예요. 그리고 정말 맛있는 초콜릿도 받았어요. I really like Tetsu's podcast. Me too. She is amazing. I really love her podcast. To be honest, I feature her on all of my Korean study live streams. She should probably get a lot of subscribers from me since then. Okay, so let's just say everything together. We have here 그런데. As you guys know, most words starting in 그, especially at the beginning of the sentence, are connective words. However, do you guys know what 그런데 mean? Comment down below if you guys know what 그런데 would mean. So it has a similar meaning to the 는데 that we saw before. However, it is actually the first meaning that we first thought it meant. Comment down below if you guys know what 그런데 would mean. Even if you don't know, you can still comment down below and try and guess the meaning of that word. What could that mean? Once again, this is a connective word, so it connects to the previous sentence. Thank you so much for the follow. And I also made TikTok videos this week explaining that also connective words are always at the beginning of the sentence, even before the subject. So if you want to add a connective word, okay, add it first things first, and then you can continue with the subject afterwards. I will be drinking once again a little bit of water and let you guys know the answer. What does 그런데 mean? You still have a couple more seconds to comment down below the answer. So yes, you guys are actually correct. 그런데 would mean but to be more precise, we can also say however. Okay, but or however is how we can translate this word, connective word. Thank you so much for the follow. Also, if you guys are new, don't forget to follow me just right here as I go live 4 times a week or study Korean together just like today. But however, 카드가, so we know this is a card, okay? This is 가 particle, which is the subject particle. We know that the card will be the subject of the sentence. I thought therefore could also work. No, therefore would be 그래서. 그래서 would mean more therefore. 그런데 would be more a cause. Okay? So, but however, 그래서 would be so therefore. That would be the, yes, you're right. Yeah, they are all so similar, so it's totally very easy to get mixed up. Like 그래서, 그런데, 근데, right now this is all the ones that I have in mind, but there are literally like at least 10 of them, so it's totally very easy to 그래서, yes, it's very 그리고, very easy to get them all mixed up. So 그런데, but this card, okay, 있어서, so this is from the verb 있다, to have or to be, depending on the context of the sentence. But something that is very important to remember, because a lot of people get confused between the verb 있다, like this, 이렇게, or 이다 to be, 있다 to be or to have, but most of the time you want to use this verb when you can either say to have or to be, okay? So when both of them can work in a sentence, then you can use that verb. So here she is saying that but she has the card, or there is the card, okay? So both of them could technically work, but have is a better way of saying that. We have the so particle just right here, so it changes a little bit the sentence. Do you guys remember what the so particle means when it is added to a verb or an adjective? Comment down below if you remember what this particle just right here, okay? What does that mean? This can get very, very confusing since we have the 그런데 just right here as well. So let's think of it as this is the first part of the sentence and this is the second part of the sentence as well. Yes, you guys are actually correct. So whenever you see a small particle that is added to a verb or an adjective, it makes it a little bit like because. It's not like specially saying because blah blah blah, but it is kind of like a small hint. Do you listen to K-pop? Yeah, I do. Also, this is kind of like a small hint as to saying because. So this is a cause to something. Let's think of it like that. So, but because she has the card, that can be how we could translate this part. We have 이제, that is now or at the moment, okay? Those could work. This is a word that is very similar to 지금, but it has this slightly different meaning. Like 이제, now, it's not like 지금 is like right now, right? At the moment, right now. But 이제 is now more out at large. Wow, cool. Can I ask what groups you listen to? I actually listen to a lot of groups. Maybe I could share with you guys my playlist if you want. But most of the time I listen to smaller groups. My favorite ones are CIX and AB6. But I also listen to ATEEZ, P1 Harmony, N-Team, a lot of groups. I like Stray Kids. Yay, that is so cool. I'm not the biggest fan of Stray Kids, but I think they have some good songs. You can comment down below also which artists you listen to, but I tend to go to smaller groups or artists. So I listen to like more low-key artists. Like one of my favorite artists literally has, I think, like 30 monthly subscribers listeners on Spotify, so you can tell I listen to very low-key people. I like Enhypen. Oh yes, Enhypen has some great songs as well. That is amazing. A lot of great artists. And Team is the group I'm listening right now. Oh yeah, I love their songs, especially like recent comeback Back to Life. Like literally earlier before I started this live, Lunatic was playing and I was like, oh, I like it. Cool. I like TXT and Ipen, and I just started to send Cordis. Oh, that is amazing. I don't think I have heard really any Cordis songs, but I heard they are quite very popular right now. It's like 그냥 in 방금. Yes, kind of. Yes, let me continue explaining what I was saying. So yes, 이제 is like now, but as in a larger moment. So 지금 is right now at the moment, but 이제 can be now as, the time, because the card, she has it now, right? But she is not going to use it right now. So it is now, but more long-term. So does that make sense to you guys? The difference between 이제 and 지금? But yes, they are very, very similar in meaning, but they have a slightly subtle difference. Okay, so here it's saying that, okay, but because she has the card now, let's go with this part. 영화관, we know that it is cinema or movie theater. A particle, location or time particle. There is no specific action that is happening inside the location, which is why it is just a particle. And then we have this structure that is the same as before. Before it was 가봤어요, which was in the past tense. Now it is the same thing as in the future tense. So 가볼 거예요. So she will be able to go see to go to the movie theater, right? But it is kind of saying go and watch. Yeah, exactly. Go and watch. Go and watch at the movie theater. But in English, we can translate just that to going to the movie theater, because when we are saying we are going to the movie theater, we're not saying, I'm going to the movie theater and watch. Like, everyone know that you will watch a movie at the movie theater when you say it in English, but oh, I think your mic turned off, but we can still hear you. Really? Wait, 잠시만요. Says it's on though. Is it not working anymore? Is it the issue? Let me know if it works now. If not, I will have to buy another mic. No. Okay, so let me know if this works now or if it doesn't work. I'm sad now if it broke. It works. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I was like, oh no, I need to buy another mic. Okay, if it works, that is great. So yes, as I was saying, 가볼 거예요. So going to watch and see, but we can just say going to the movie theater. Yeah, working. Yeah, I was like, wait, why did it change the voice? Oh no, so I guess my cord was like disconnected. But now I'm happy to hear that it works. Also, if there is any technical things at any moment, please let me know so that I can correct it as soon as I can. Thank you so much for letting me know though. Really, really appreciate. Okay, so let's translate the whole sentence together. But however, cards have, because, now, movie theater, go and watch will. I thought it was my phone, but it's okay now. Okay. I'm great to hear that. Very sorry for that, guys. I'm happy to hear that the sound went back to normal, because I think it is better with a mic. I used to do like live streams without a mic before, and there was like 5 people that joined. And then once I got a mic, like there was like 15 people. I was like, if there was only a mic that was needed to have more people join my live streams, then I would have gotten way before. Anyways, this was a small TMI. So this is basically saying that, right, because she has the card now, she will be able to go to the movie theater. So short story short, that would be how this sentence, very complicated, would be translated in a better way from Korean to English. So let me just repeat one more time. 그런데 카드가 있어서 이제 영화관에 가볼 거예요. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. So we will have just enough time to translate this sentence just right here. If you already know the meaning of that sentence, please feel free to comment down below and I will let you guys know if this is correct. But in the meantime, we will translate everything together before the end of today's Korean study session. I think it did it again. No. Wait, 잠시만요. Is it working now? I hope I don't have issues with it. No. Is it working? If not, we will have to do with issues today and I might need to. Yes, it's working. Okay. It's okay now? Oh my god, I will try not to move my mic too much just to make sure that it doesn't have anything. Okay, so let's translate this sentence just right here. We have 그리고, that means and. Once again, this is a connective word, so it connects to the previous sentence just right here. And 정말, we know that this is an emphasis word. That means really, very. So really, very emphasizing word to this adjective and noun just right here. We have 맛있는. Do you guys remember what 맛있는 would mean? Comment down below if you remember what 맛있는 would mean. What does that mean? Comment down below. This is actually an adjective form of the verb 맛있다. 맛있다. This is the verb that is transformed just right here as an adjective. Comment down below if you know the meaning. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. So I will let you guys know the answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you guys are actually correct. 맛있는 would be delicious or tasty. Yeah, that could also work. That can also work. It's okay, no worries. I think here in this chat, English is all our second languages, so it is okay, no worries. But yeah, that could be another way to translate the first sentence as well. That is amazing. So yes, here, delicious, tasty. Chocolate, it is actually chocolate. Konglish word, once again, I hate that word because this is not how I would have written chocolate in Korean if I had the power to create that word before. I really don't like this word. Anyways, and then we have to particle that is always good to another word, which means also to as well. And 받았어요 from the verb 받다, to receive. The chocolate word sounds so Japanese. Really? Is it? Are you learning Japanese? Is it a word that they say in Japanese? Or does it sound Japanese as, this could be a word that belongs to the Japanese language? Maybe they actually took it from like Japanese trying to pronounce chocolate. I don't know. I have no clue. Hello, thank you so much for being here today. How are you doing? So yes, we have 받았어요 from the verb 받다, to receive or to get. Double shut under here, so we know it is in the past tense. So received or got. So and, okay, she received also very delicious chocolate. So that would be how we would translate this sentence. And really delicious chocolate also received or got. So that would be the translation to this one. Let me repeat one more time. 그리고 정말 맛있는 초콜릿도 받았어요. Very hard to pronounce. Anyways, I only want to say like chocolate. I don't like the way it's written. Anyways, that will be the end for today, sadly. We will see each other tomorrow at 1 p.m. EST time zone. So from 2 hours in your time zone, that will be when I will be going live. I also want to remind you guys now that there won't be any live streams on Thursday. There is not any live streams on Thursday. It will be Friday morning instead. What is your level in Korean? I don't know exactly the level. I haven't done the test in a long time, but I am like intermediate level. Like more than lower intermediate, like maybe intermediate middle. This was so fun. It was my first time. Thank you so much for being here today, and I really appreciate that you thought it was fun. Actually, oops, only made it at the end. It's okay, no worries. We will have 3 more Korean study live streams this week. This is only the first time, so you can always join another day. Thank you anyways. It was fun. Thank you so much for being here. I also want to remind you guys that I always post my Korean study live streams on my YouTube channel. So if you want to watch it, it is Audrey in Seoul as well. So you can always rewatch all of my live streams if you are not able to make it. And before we go, I just want to remind you guys that until December 2nd, so next Tuesday, I actually have a big sale on my Etsy shop. So if you want to purchase any of my Korean learning resources, they're all 25% off until next week. So you can either click the first link in my description or write Audrey and Seoul on Etsy, and you will be able to find my products. I actually have 5 different products available right now. So Korean study planners that are more than 40 pages, as well as inspiring Korean phone wallpaper and vocabulary activities that have more than 10 categories of words, more than 200 vocabulary words, and activities that you can practice them as well. So all of these are available on my Etsy shop. 25% off on everything for 1 week only. So after that, it will go back to original price. So if you are interested by any of those products, please feel free to go shop on my Etsy shop, which is, let me just show it to you guys. This is my Etsy shop for anyone that is interested to purchase. You can also find a link in my description. Do you guys have any questions for today? If not, that will be the end. But if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know down below. But I wish everyone a wonderful day. Thank you, Mark, for being here today. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you guys had a great time. We will see each other once again tomorrow, so make sure to join us tomorrow for another Korean study live streams. And if you want to make sure what is my schedule in your time zone, you can always go over on my profile. I put all the days that I go live with the time as well. Bye everyone, hope to see you all again. Yes, also emoji of the week, I forgot about that. Which emoji should we pick for the emoji of the week? Thank you so much for the share and the like. Thank you, thank you. So what is the emoji of the week? Is that every week we have a different emoji where next time that you guys either see one of my videos on your For You page or that you join my live streams, you can actually comment this emoji and we will know that you guys were here today. So it's switch every week. This is a different emoji every week. So actually last week it was the snowflakes. So let me see what you guys want. Okay, I see a lot of great answer. So we actually done the leaves. Let's go with the envelope with the red heart. That case sense. So the envelope with the red heart. Let's do that for this emoji of the week. So this is basically a secret code that we have in between each other. So yes, only us will be able to know this emoji and recognize each other. So this week it will be the envelope with the red heart on it. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I will see you guys tomorrow, okay? Have a great day, and don't forget to study Korean. Okay? Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys very soon, okay? Have a great day, and we will see each other tomorrow, okay? 안녕히 계세요, 여러분. 내일 봐요. 안녕. 안녕히 계세요. 안녕.